So I'm going to go over the pain assessment skill in the OSCE, and basically you're going to get a scenario and you're going to go to the patient and assess their pain using a system which is called the PQRST system. So easy to remember, a good memory jog. And there's just a few other things around that, talking about repositioning, giving the patient reassurance, helping think of other methods, maybe non-pharmaceutical methods, and basically just offering them painkillers as well, because we would never leave a patient in discomfort. We'll always ensure that the patient is comfortable as possible and think about how we can achieve that. So I'm going to demonstrate this and I'm going to go through the PQRS system, and you can see from the notes, because you'll have the criteria with you, how I'm doing that, and then you can start practicing it yourself for the OSCE. So I'm going to go ahead and do the pain assessment with the patient. I've been given a scenario to read, and this tells me that I have Josie Protatio here, and she is a 70-year-old lady, and she has an extensive leg ulcer on her right leg, her lower leg, and it's remained unresolved for the last 5 months. It's now infected and she's experiencing quite a bit of pain. So I'm going to go and do a pain assessment to see if there's anything that we can do to improve that pain, or if there's any ways that maybe we're not managing it as well as we could do, and just find a little bit of information about how it affects her and what triggers it and maybe what makes it better, and just give us some reassurance as well, just checking if her analgesia is actually working as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do that assessment now, and the whole thing takes 6 minutes in the OSCE. So if I go ahead, okay. So it's safe to approach. I'm going to do my 7 steps of hand hygiene, palm to palm, back of the hands, fingers interlaced, back of the fingers, fingertips to palms, thumbs and wrists. And introduce myself. Hello, my name's Helen. I'm the nurse who's looking after you today. Can I just ask what you'd like me to call you? Josie. Okay, Josie. Is it all right to do a full ID check with you? Yes, that's fine. So what's your first and last name? Josie Protatio. Okay, is it all right if I get your date of birth? 1st of the 1st, 1951. And can I look at your wristband now, please? Yeah, sure. So I've got Josie Protatio, 1st of the 1st, 1951, hospital number 1357911. Okay. And do you have any allergies to anything? No. Oh, yeah, I am. I'm allergic to penicillin. Okay, what happens when you take penicillin? I had anaphylaxis. Okay, so we'll make sure you don't get any of that. And can I just ask, you're not allergic to anything else, any foods or any sticking plastic? No. All right, so can I just ask you, at the moment, are you in any pain currently? Yeah, I am actually. I've got like a bit of pain in my leg. All right, and if you had to score the pain, with 0 being no pain at all and 10 being the worst pain ever, what would you give it? Around about a 3 or 4 at the moment. Okay, all right. So I'm going to ask you some more questions as we go on. But have you had any painkillers right now? Yeah, I think about an hour ago now. Okay, so I'm going to ask you some more questions around that subject. Is that okay with you? Yeah, so screen the area for privacy first, and just to explain to you really why I'm here. So I'm here now to do a more in-depth pain assessment than we've done before. So I'm going to be asking you some questions, and it won't take very long. It'll probably take like 5 minutes. Would that be okay with you? Yeah, that's all right. And do you need to go to the toilet first or anything? No, I'm all right for the toilet. Is that okay then if I just ask you a few questions? So we use a system called PQRST. So it's a system for us to ask certain questions and make sure that we're getting all our information together so we can help you as best possible. So Josie, with the pain, can you tell me what starts the pain off? Is there anything that makes the pain worse? Yeah, it's normally when I've been walking around, and yeah, I'd say that's probably when it's at the worst. And anything that improves the pain? Yeah, my painkillers do work. Sometimes they help. And if I put my leg up, that helps. And also, yeah, I think if I sometimes when the bandages have been put on, it feels a bit better. Okay, so we'll have a look at all those things, and I'll definitely make a note of that to say, you know, when your pain is at its worst and everything. So if you were to describe the quality of the pain, would you call it throbbing, shooting pain? Is it burning, stabbing? Is it heavy, sort of crushing pain? Are you able to describe it? Yeah, I would say it's a kind of shooting, sharp pain, and sometimes it's like throbbing as well. Okay, so again, I'll make a note of that. And would you say that the pain stays in one area? So is it radiating? Does it move from one area to another? Or is it just in the area where the leg ulcer is? Well, I would say that it usually is just where the leg ulcer is, but sometimes it shoots right up from my toes, right up my leg, and that can be very, very distressing for me. It's very painful. Yeah, I can understand that must be really difficult and distressing if that happens. So like I said, I'm here to try and see what we can do and maybe offer some solutions, hopefully, or improvements for you. Okay, so if you were to judge the severity of the pain, and we use a universal pain tool called the 0 to 10 pain scale, would you be able to say, with 0 being no pain at all, again, I know you just told me it was a 3 or 4, but just tell me presently if it's changed at all. Is it still a 3 or 4? 0 being no pain at all and 10 being the worst pain ever? Yeah, I'd probably give it about a 5. It's probably got a little bit worse, if anything. Okay, all right. So what about when it's at its worst? So when you really are, you've been walking and the pain is worse, what would you give it then? I'd probably say like 7 or 8. It's really bad and I can't think about anything else. Yeah, that sounds pretty bad. And that must be quite difficult for you to deal with every day. It's very difficult and it's getting me down now. Okay. Do you know when generally the pain starts? And is it like, I think you're telling me it's not a continuous pain? Are you always in pain, basically, I'm asking? Are you always in pain, or is there times when you're actually quite comfortable? I would say most of the time I'm in pain. Probably just after taking all my painkillers, I will have maybe an hour or two when I'm comfortable. So maybe out of the day, 3 occasions, I'll have like an hour or two of no pain, and then it just builds back up again. And today, the pain started about 45 minutes ago, because she only gave me paracetamol, so it just took the edge off it, didn't really stop it. Okay, so the pain can come on. Does it ever come on quite suddenly, or is it always like a gradual build-up to it? So it tends to be a gradual build-up, and sometimes it stops very, very short time. It'll stop and I'll forget about it, but not for very long. Okay, I can see that that's very distressing for you, and that it must be really affecting your life and your lifestyle and what you're able to do and enjoyment of life. So what I would like to do is just make a couple of suggestions to you, if that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. I think we should firstly review your painkillers with the doctor, and if the doctor has tried different methods, we should talk to the pain team. So that's a team of specialists in the hospital that concentrate on managing chronic pain, which is a pain that lasts for quite a long time. And there'll be a nurse in that team and possibly the anaesthetist. So they deal with pain a lot and understand those sort of medicines very deeply. Would you like me to make a referral to the pain team? Oh yeah, I would really appreciate that, thank you. Also, we could probably speak to the tissue viability nurse again about reassessing your leg ulcer and seeing if there's any other dressings or anything else that we could do, whether it needs more frequent dressings, or I think we should have another review on that. Yes, that would be great, okay. So I will make those referrals and I'll obviously document everything in the notes. Just wanted to say, have you tried elevating your legs, or when the pain really gets worse, have you tried popping them up or maybe even putting them down? Sometimes letting your legs hang down can help. Yeah, I haven't tried putting them up, but maybe I'll try that now. All right, so if you need any assistance with repositioning, just ask. You only have to press the buzzer and one of us will come and help you. Would you like me to reposition you now? No, thank you. I've tried it, but I will ask later on when I need a hand. Okay, so as I say, I will come back and see you, and I'm going to go and look at your drug chart now, and then I'm going to contact the doctor and see if we can, before the pain team have arrived, because they have to be made aware of you, and they may not come straight away. So I'm going to ask the doctor to come in the first instance. Is that okay? Yeah, that's great. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to leave now, and here's the buzzer. I will go and document in the nursing notes and make those referrals that I need to make. And I will gel my hands as a last part of the assessment.